Hey y'all, it's Spacehead Dipper here, dipping some Cougar Long Coat Wintergreen. Come in and revisit my topic on military imposters. Now, why am I doing this? Well, I forgot to mention a few things, like where are the people getting their military uniforms from? Well, you can get them from Army surplus stores or military surplus stores. You can get them off of eBay. I've seen a lot of people selling uniforms for the Army on eBay and even Marines, just about every branch. And then there's various sites that you can go to and buy a uniform, strictly for, like, military. There's one site that I know of that does not allow sales to civilians, and don't quote me on what the site is because I don't know. But, yeah. But, you know, if you think about it, even though they don't allow sales to civilians, you know how easy it is for somebody to get a military ID or steal a military ID from somebody by pickpocketing them, and the military person doesn't even realize it. And they can go ahead and enter their information onto the site exactly and pretty much get a uniform. So there's really no security actions on this subject, or for people who can buy military uniforms. Especially when it comes to military surplus stores. I've seen a lot of stores, like military surplus stores, they'll sell the old uniforms and even some of the new uniforms for hunting. And I think that's fine and dandy because, well, the uniforms, when they are sold from the military surplus store, they're blank. They're completely blank. But I've seen military uniforms on eBay that have the name, rank, insignias, unit patches, branch tag, or branch tape, you name it. So yeah, so when you can sit here and buy a uniform off of eBay that has all the key features of a United States military uniform with the rank and all that, it's pretty much permitting a security violation of the United States government. Which, if you ask me, I think eBay should change up their rules and say no military items can be sold, with the exception of knives. I bought a lot of my military knives from eBay. Take the Smith & Wesson HRT Tactical Boot Dagger. I bought that from eBay. I bought my K-Bar from eBay. I bought my Tac Force knife from eBay. I buy most of my knives from eBay. Do I ever use most of them? Not really. They just stay in my collection. But, yeah, so all these stores and sites and all that, they're just asking for military imposters, or they're creating military imposters because a person will get a bright idea in their head saying, hey, well, they sell the uniform, so that means I can buy it and say that I'm in the military. And to be honest, I think it's completely stupid. It's even more stupid when you're out in public and somebody asks you, hey, were you a Navy SEAL? And you tell them, yeah, and they just fucking call you out on it. And most of them will call the police. They will. Because impersonating a military officer is a federal misdemeanor, and if convicted, can serve up to 6 months in federal prison. And we all know federal prison isn't nice. So, will I get in trouble for wearing this uniform in this video? No, because I'm going to tell you now, I've never served. I don't claim to serve. When people ask me on the streets, hey, were you in the Army? Are you in the Army? I'm like, no. They go, well, why are you wearing this uniform if you weren't in the Army? Well, I do it for honoring the troops. Because I have a few family members that have served in the military. My stepdad, for example, he was Air Force for 5 years. My uncle, he was in the Navy. He was a naval navigator. Trying to figure out the name. I don't know my uncle's exact rank, but he was a naval navigator, or a Navy navigator, whatever you want to call it. And then my cousin's husband had joined the Navy. And I tell you, when I seen his uniform, it was the new Digi camos. I'll tell you, the new uniform for the Navies is pretty neat. And the reason I say this is because his uniform, when he was in the Navy, it's blue. I don't know if all their uniforms are like that, or if it's just like the like a battle dress type of thing. Like if you notice, what I'm wearing is BDUs, and it's green, and then you have your DCUs. So yeah. But no. To all you veterans out there, I've never served in the military. I'm just doing this strictly to honor you, your family members who are in the military, your brothers and sisters overseas that are still currently there, and I'm honoring them. I'm not going to say that I served in the military, because all my friends know me. They know he's never served in the military in a day in his life. He has never seen combat. He's never been overseas. He has no military background whatsoever. But yeah, and I actually have a few buddies who were and are military. I have a buddy who got out of the military. I have a buddy who just joined the military. He's actually going through BT right now. And then I met a few guys that are currently on leave because one of them hurt their backs, or one of them hurt his back, and the other one, I don't know why he's on leave. I guess it was just his break. So yeah. And I have a question for you guys. I want to know what unit this is for, or what does this mean, because I'm completely fucking clueless. So I wear these patches, and I don't know what the fuck they stand for. Like, I know this is a staff sergeant in the United States Army, but as far as that goes, I'm pretty much a dumbass when it comes to certain military things. So yeah, if you can tell me what this patch right here, or insignia, stands for, I would appreciate it. And no, I don't want to, I'm not asking to know because I won't want to claim stolen valor, because I don't. I fucking hate it when people do that. It boils my fucking blood. Especially when I see kids on Xbox and Facebook saying that they're in the Marines or they're in the Navies, and these kids have high-pitched voice. It's like, oh yeah, I was in the Navy. I'm like, no, you're not. I can tell you're a little kid. And someone will say, well, I'm a drill sergeant. Bull fucking shit. The way you're acting, a drill sergeant or drill instructor would not act so fucking immature. I know, because I went to a sheriff's camp over in Mississippi, which is kind of like boot camp, but it was a little bit more easier than boot camp, and one of the guys there was in the Marines. I think it was like Vietnam or something like that. He was a pretty cool guy. He was a police officer. And he would joke around with us saying that he had wires in his arms and whatnot. But he was doing it simply as a joke. He was a cool guy. He wasn't saying this shit to bullshit us. And when we'd ask him, we'd be like, hey, do you really have wires in your arm? He's like, no, I'm just fucking with you. Well, he was a really cool guy. He was an older guy, too. So yeah. To be honest, that camp I went to, it was for troubled kids. But I was like, I'm going to go ahead and go, because I want to see if I can survive or not. And I did it for a week. That was how long the camp was. They taught us how to swim. They taught us how to rock climb, rappel, shoot guns, and you name it. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I hope y'all have a good life. And to all you military imposters out there, go die in a fucking hole. This world is better off without you. This is Base Head Dipper signing out.